Yo, what up? It's your boy SNS repping Harlem World, and you now rocking with allhiphop.com. You dig?
What's going on, everybody? It's your man Jigsaw, a.k.a. Chuck Creekmer, a.k.a. we here at One World Studios with SNS. Now, they said Lil SNS. Now, I know you from back in the day with your rhymes and everything, but you ain't Lil.
Nah,
You
no
still
more.
going by Lil SNS?
Nah, my pops made me drop that.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. So you just SNS. So he just gave you the name.
Yeah, absolutely.
He gave you that gift.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what's up. That's
Had
what's up.
to.
Yeah. Well, big salute.
I appreciate
you
it.
ringing bells out here. I got a cousin. He's 19.
Yeah.
He's my pulse. You know what I'm saying? So he hit me, telling me about you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he told me about you.
That's dope.
I mean, I had already knew about you from
of course,
some years ago.
Of course.
And I'm like, man, what you talking about? And I know DJ SNS.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, nah, SNS got a hit record.
Yeah.
So talk to people about where you at right now, because some of us like myself remember when you were much younger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
where are you with it right now?
Well, I'm in a completely different space at this point. You know what I mean? As far as like my mindset and my goals and things like that, like, and my level of maturity, of course. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm a even more deadly an MC now than before. Yeah. When I was younger, I would like in my teens, when I first got up to like all hip hop and things like that, I was making a lot of party driven music because I was young. I was a teenager. That's what I was doing. I was going through a lot of parties, and then as time went by, my music started to change due to the things that I would go through in life. So now I've experienced a whole lot of things. So I'm basically reflecting and also giving like new experiences now. I would say like my idea level as far as creativity is grown, definitely became unique. And now I'm at a place where now I have an album called Streets Need Soul out now, and I got a movie out now called Love Me Now Before They All Love Me. That's out right now on YouTube. It'll be out on a bunch of other platforms as well, but right now we doing YouTube. And I would like to say, like, I treat these like trophies right now. The album itself was too good to be a mixtape, so I had to call it an album. And then the movie itself, it took me like 2 years to do. When I had the record Love Come Down, rockin', that's when I started this movie. So it's been a long time coming. Both projects is out, and I'm happy, man.
Yeah, that's dope. I mean, it's crazy. You got the singles. You got Shake It.
Yeah.
And Holla, right?
Dollar.
My bad. Dollar.
That's all good.
Talk about those two singles. I mean, I believe Shake It is the one my cousin hit me with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shake It is one of those vibes. We flipped the mystical joint. Definitely a little modern sound. I always, in every one of my projects, I always kind of bring it. My singles always give you that club feel and that party vibe, because that's just where I come from. We from Harlem. We have fun. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who are supporters of me and fans of me know I'm a spitter. I'm an MC, but my secret weapon is to be able to get everybody to move and get up out their feet. They don't gotta, I don't have to have them just sitting down, scrunching their face up. We could do that, but I could also have these records that have them moving their feet. So that's like my secret weapon and things like that. So Shake It is just one of those vibes where, it's that, definitely, you know what I'm saying? I'm proud of it. The record's been growing by the day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We just shot the video, so the video will be out very, very, very soon in like the next week or so. So that'll be out. Stay tuned for that. And Dollar, one of those vibes where, another one of those vibes where, just a little modern, turn up vibe. I produced the beat. I ain't produced one of my records in a little minute. You know what I'm saying? Well, Love Come Down, me and Kid the Wiz did together, but excluding that, I ain't produced one of my records, my singles since like 2013. Since like 2013, 2014. Me and Meek Mill had a record called Get a Lot of That. I think that was like the last single that I produced for myself. So Dollar was one of those records that I produced for myself, and ironically, the fans liked that record a lot. So it became my single, my second single.
That's crazy, man. How is it your dad is famous. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I mean, from people like myself, I mean, he's a legend for
Yeah.
real. Like, and I noticed, he kind of will walk you in
Mm-hmm.
to situations. How impactful was your pop? And second part of that is, when was it like, all right, I'm gonna do my thing now?
Um, I'm not gonna lie, my pops didn't become impactful in my career until I already got my career started up and
Okay.
running. You know what I'm saying? To
Okay.
be honest, uh, of course, beforehand, I tried to get him onto my campaign and things like that. But when I first started coming to him, me and my guy Tawny, Tawny was like the first one to really like believe in me with this music. I was writing first, but then when I started making beats and things like that, and I started picking up, I started to fall in love with that a little more.
Okay.
And then Tawny used to see me come out of school and things like that, and then he really instilled in me to make me rap because he knew I had a gift.
Yeah.
So then at that point in time, we would go to the studio night in, night out, and then that became I fell in love with the the writing and the artistry
Yeah.
of it
Uh-huh.
again.
Yeah.
So at that point, I'm trying to have my pops listen to me rhyme, and he wasn't really coming around like that at that point when I was having him listen to me rhyme. So
Yeah.
by the time I really had him, on my campaign as far as like what I want to do with this music, Cypher Sounds had already played me on the radio and things like
Oh,
that.
okay.
So, I basically had to earn my keep.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I ain't mad at it. It's something for me to brag about.
No, absolutely. And
Because, to the outside looking in, this move right now to them would be like, yo, his pops made that and things like that. So it's nothing for me. I don't really fight about it at this point because like once you get to know me, you'll know the steps that I took and the trials and tribulations I actually went through and how hard it's actually harder for a person like myself because of who he is. You know what I'm saying? People are actually harder on me because they feel like when he speaks about my music, and of course he speaks highly, they just want to be hard on me because they don't want to show no favoritism and things like that. So
Right.
I go through that. I don't complain about it because I know where I'm going to be. So it don't really faze me nothing. But I do say that I'm not gonna lie and sit there and say like it don't come with its perks. This came with its perks. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, it's been more of a challenge because people want to be more hard on me. So to not show any favoritism.
Early on in your career, you had a Diddy cosign. Does that mean anything now?
I mean, no, because at that time when he co-signed me, it was just off the strength of my pops. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like it didn't really mean much because to everybody they already seen the dynamic, they seen the relationship between them two.
Right.
So it's not like it was a co-sign into believing my music. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? People like Meek Mill, Nori, Mace, Cam, these Davey, like these artists, they believed in the music. You know what I'm saying? Versus just my pops actually putting me in their face. So it didn't really mean much. It was nice to say that, but it didn't really mean much. Even to right now, I even forgot until you just refreshed my memory.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To be honest.
Yeah. Now, lyrics are the base of hip hop music. What's your from a rapper point of view at least, your approach to lyrics now as opposed to when you were younger?
Well, me personally, at this point, I feel like for any type of thing, I feel like you gotta live life to have a story to tell. So, a lot of my skill even comes with experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, to have witty punchlines and things like that, I would have to read. I gotta watch movies and things like that. You gotta live still. You can't just be cooped up in the studio and just writing a whole bunch of stuff. You're gonna sound repetitive and you're just gonna start sounding plain boring because you don't really got no experience. Can't nobody close their eyes and envision the pictures that you painting because you're not outside living.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I say that, me living is one of the biggest points of my skill because I have to be able to tell these things and you gotta envision it when you listen to my music and things like that. Also, I would like to say like when I was younger, when I started doing the freestyle, I did the freestyle like every week and things like that. That right there is what I felt like was my practice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? To become the artist that I am now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? At that time when I was doing the freestyles, my pops was totally against that. He didn't want me to do that at all.
Why?
He just wanted me to be on a super industry straight and narrow and follow
Yeah.
a certain tradition that I didn't think existed at that point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I can't even say that because I felt like what I was doing was tradition. I'm learning from people like 50 and things of that nature.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I knew the artist that I wanted to become, but the life where I was living, I couldn't express that at that time. You know what I'm saying? Because it just wasn't what I was going through. So I had to live and all of that for my music to be what it is at this point right now, and how I attack things. You know, when I'm writing, I take my medicine.
What you mean?
You know my medicine.
Oh.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I take my medicine and then I don't overthink.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I don't take my medicine sometimes, I start to overthink and be like, yo, this needs to have this punch right here. And sometimes it'll come out forced. But you know, when the vibe is right and I'll take my medicine, you know what I'm saying? My mind runs freely.
So basically you saying you don't try to bar it out like you used to.
Depending on the record, you know what I'm saying? Like Dollar got a lot of bars in there, but because of the bounce, you wouldn't think that. So I don't say like I'm punching you. I'm really slapping you at this point. Like and you wouldn't even know it. You know what I'm saying? So that's when they hear it, they're gonna be like, oh, this was a line right here. I'm like, I know. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't gonna catch it until maybe your third listen, because the first two listens, the vibe of the record is what you on. And I'm cool with that because I sold you off the vibe of the record alone. You pumping off the vibe of the record. Right. But when you actually sitting down and listen to them lyrics, you like, yo, this dude just said this, and I know. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's any MC, you know what I'm saying? Even the Jay-Z's of the world. Like, you know, that's where I'm trying to go. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I told him in his face that I was coming for his crown. Oh, yeah? Yeah.
You told Jay-Z that?
Yeah, to his face. Woo. Yeah, we was in the 40-40 in 2013. I'll never forget. It was 2K13, 2K13 release, the NBA 2K13 release. He was executive producing that one. Yeah. He was there, and then he spoke to my pops and stuff like that. And then my pops was like, yo, this my son right here. He gave me a pound and stuff like that. He's like, yo, this the one who want to take your crown. He said, oh, yeah? I said, yeah. And he looked back and did like this, like, come get it, and gave me a pound and dipped off. So from then on, I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I want to do.
Word. Well, you know, Jay been saying that type of thing since back in the day. He had this infamous quote about some kid eating cereal and he gunning for his crown. So Jay, like, I feel like he always has felt like somebody.
Yeah, but you know, he don't want to give the crown to somebody. He wants you to take it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
so you want to take the crown because Jay still really on the low. Jay still got that crown.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like, nah, that's not even on the low. Like, absolutely. I mean, for real, when you could drop 444 and you ain't really got really no single really, right? And it be that impactful. Yeah, you got the crown, bro. You know what I'm saying? Have people talking, and it's people right now that feel finicky about putting the money phone to their ear and stuff like that. That means something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna get that from a lot of people that come from his class. You know what I mean? When they drop music right now, it's kind of like, no disrespect, kind of like hit it there and going tomorrow. It's only a select few that come in and make an impact with their music. Like Fat Joe is one of them. He come in no matter what. He always got like a hit record that's shaking up. Right now, he got a hit record right now that's shaking up the town. So he's one of those guys. Eminem is one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? It's only a handful, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? So, but he my favorite. You know what I mean? Hov my favorite of all time. He's my, like, I'm pretty sure you guys got, like, you probably like, it's like a Biggie or somebody in your to your generation, you know what I'm saying? But for me, Jay-Z's my Biggie. I can't even lie.
Jay, though.
You know, I'm gonna come clean. I'm an old soul, so when Biggie was out, I'm not gonna lie, he wasn't my favorite. I was a Wu-Tang fan. You feel me? Method Man was my hero. When Big and Pac and when them was out, I ain't care about nothing they was shoveling. I'm not gonna lie. I was a heavy Wu-Tang fan. And they couldn't do no wrong in my eyes, especially Method Man.
That's fair.
Until the whole second album came out.
Right.
And then I was like, whoa, I like what he doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, it was crazy back in the 90s.
I ain't gonna lie. So that's to be honest, but Hov Hove was Hove in my eyes. So
consistency was
absolutely.
Everything.
So I knew that's where I want to go, and it's possible. It might look impossible right now, you know what I'm saying, in this generation, especially from a New York artist, because outside of that, you would say, like, it's a couple people gunning for that. You got the Drakes, the Kendricks, the J. Coles, the Meek Mills.
Yeah.
That's probably about it, to me, be honest. Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole, Meek Mill. That's it.
Right.
And nobody from New York, none of the four I named. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's where I feel like, you know what I mean?
Now, how did you feel when Tekashi was calling himself the King of New York?
I ain't care. I laughed. I laughed. You know, it was funny. You know what I mean? But, I mean, if he got you riled up, then he doing his job. You know what I'm saying? That's that. If he got you riled up, he's doing his job. But you're not supposed to take it. It ain't like T.I. saying he the king of the South, and then he defended that. We don't even. When last time you heard a Lil Flip record? No disrespect to him.
Well, it's been a minute.
When T.I. said that and he went against that, I ain't hear from him no more. And I used to like Lil Flip. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? It's not the same type of feel. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I laughed at it. I looked at it as comedy, and he was hot at that. He was hot at that moment. He was hot. He was scorching at that moment. So prove him otherwise. That's what I was saying to people. Like, you know, prove him otherwise. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't looking, and I ain't trying to be the king of New York. Me personally, I ain't trying to be the king. You know what I mean?
So you just want the crown, period.
I want the crown of the game.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Hove just happened to be from New York.
Ah, I see. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He got the crown of the game. He just happened to be from New York.
Yeah.
I want that crown. You could be you could be the biggest artist just right here, and that's it. I don't care about that. You feel me?
Why? But you know, the King of New York, that's special. That's and back when you were talking, you know, with Big, Jay, Nas, that was special. That crown really was almost synonymous with hip hop.
All right, that's a fact. Now I say this right here, right? I would have gave. After Jay, we would say Nas. I don't say that no more. I say 50 Cent because 50 Cent came in and made bigger impact, did more than him, and did a lot stats-wise. Let's say this is basketball. Statistically, 50 did way more than Nas. You know what I'm saying? So he would be more eligible for that crown than anything.
Right.
If you choose Nas, it's more on his talent, his skill.
His demeanor, too.
And his
how
demeanor.
He carry himself.
Absolutely. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? And impact. A little more.
Cultural impact.
Yeah, cultural impact.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But not as much as a 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
just
50
like
changed the game.
You got people like Kevin Garnett and things like that who was very impactful to the game of basketball. But are you about to say, are you gonna say LeBron ain't better than them? I'm not even a LeBron fan, but I'm not gonna say Kevin Garnett is better than LeBron James.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he came in way after him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's kind of that same merit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so New York is special, but how special is it right now in 2019? You got to be a realist. I'm an old soul, but I'm a realist.
Yeah, you tell me.
I'm gonna come clean. Be the biggest guy in New York means nothing right now. I'm gonna come. Why? Because everybody in New York say stuff like no cap and a bunch of other stuff that ain't from over here. A bunch of stuff that's not from here. You know what I'm saying? So how big is it being the biggest in New York? You know what I'm saying? And then because we not in like a radio based era no more, where it's aux code era, you could be from wherever and be the man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like New York. You be popping out here, and then people in Atlanta don't know you. People in L.A. don't know you. Right. People in Miami don't know you. And you just that guy out here. Yeah. Cool.
Real talk.
But you ain't gonna be able to fill up these places out here, so you ain't really that man. You the man in Rucker, but you ain't the man in the NBA.
Yeah, right.
Ray Austin's the man in Rucker,
right?
But he was on every team in the NBA,
right?
And average, and his overall was at least 12, maybe. If that 12 points a game, if that, you feel me? But he's scoring 30 in Rucker and West Fourth and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You're gonna be the man in Rucker, but you're not the man in the league. I'm trying to be the man in the league. I'm trying to go down in the Hall of Fame, and it's possible. Like I said, it looked impossible because ain't nobody from New York on that time. Why? Because everybody in New York right now don't care about what I care about. They just trying to get rich, and I respect it.
Yeah.
But what I'm gunning for you gonna get rich. The dude I'm gunning for is a billionaire.
Yeah, yeah.
You feel me?
You got to talk about your pathway. How you gonna get there?
Oh man, well, consistency, making music that's gonna last longer, that's gonna stick and resonate with people. Having a strong foundation, my team behind me. Having a strong sense in self. Basically not letting nobody shift my mindset or shift my career, or even shift my sound in music to something else.
Right.
Like that's what a lot of artists do right now. They don't know how to sustain themselves or how to stand out or how to even be cool in this generation because it's so melodic. I say that, but I be on some melodic shit too sometimes. But you know what I'm saying? I'm more on some Max B type of vibe.
Right.
They on some T-Pain, Future, A Boogie type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? I'm only saying their names because I don't want it to be misconstrued. I'm saying their names because they like the forefathers of what it's T-Pain, Future, A Boogie, Lil Durk, Young Thug.
Yeah.
Everybody in the rap game sound like those 5 guys right there. You know what I'm saying? All the new guys, you know what I'm saying? They sound like one or the other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that ain't where I'm trying to be. Yeah. You know what I mean? But those are the guys that just trying to be rich, and that's understandable. I ain't just trying to be rich. I'm trying to be rich, and I'm trying to be the man, the GOAT for real, for real. We throw that GOAT term around a little too loosely in this era right here. But I'm trying to be the real GOAT. I'm trying to take that crown. And respectfully, you know what I'm saying? Respectfully.
Is that possible though? Is it possible to be the GOAT respectfully?
Yeah, I'm gonna just do it out
because the way I look at it, it's always been some level of disrespect. Of conflict. Yeah, conflict. Perfect word.
I mean, of course it's gonna be where, you know, your idol might become your rival in that aspect. But I feel like Hov is so like up there. It's like it may be hard. But then again, no, because even Drake and Hov had they sparred a little quick bit. So you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna diss Hov. I don't think that gotta be. You gotta show up. Yeah. Show up. And he gonna give it to you. Cause Hov ain't trying to do this forever. Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just till somebody take it. Yeah. I ain't giving it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm coming to take it. I think the closest person that took to that crown was 50 Cent at that time. Why? Because when Get Rich or Die Trying came out, so did the Black album. He retired that year.
You trying to say 50 retired Hov?
I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying look at the order itself. You feel me? That's the closest person to that throne. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like in all types of forms of history, they repeat itself. And I'm just giving that. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't been an artist like that from Harlem. And you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of big shoes to fill, and I'm confident that not only my music is gonna speak for itself, that's gonna get me there, but just me as a person is gonna get me there. Stay this humble, but you know, my body, you know what I'm saying? You know, I came a long way. I'm not going to be one of those artists when we sitting here, when I'm in the league and you like, yo, did you think you was going to get this far? And I'll be like, no. Yes, I knew I was going to get this far. I knew I was going to get this far because where I want to go. You know what I'm saying? Even right here, this is all great to me. This is going to be in my road to success. But it ain't going to stop right here. I'm coming for that crown. I'm coming for that crown when he said it and when everybody else said it. Like, I don't know, Hov. Yeah. It's the new guy right here.
All right, well, look, when you get there, don't forget about the people that was there with you.
Oh, nah, definitely don't. I actually I enjoy them more than the newer guys because they seem to come up and they know the newer guys going to think DJ SNS got me there.
Yeah, true indeed.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you easily able to. That's the why it's the gift and the curse for what a position I'm in, because I'm able to know who tuned in and who ain't by just the responses that you give. Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's don't hold it against nobody.
Nah, I don't. I don't mix business and personal. This business, don't nobody owe me nothing to be my fan, to be a fan of me. Yeah. I don't, you know what I'm saying? It's my job to spread the word enough, and if I'm not your cup of tea, then I ain't your cup of tea. But you gonna have a favorite record from me one way or another. I ain't even gonna lie to you. That's like impossible it hasn't been
it's
thus far.
It's already happening, bro. Like I failed to mention my cousin. He lives in Virginia, so
he probably rocking when Love Come Down crazy right now. You feel me? Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I kind of love that because that record kind of bridged that gap for me, you know what I'm saying? For, you know what I mean? Because it's like, it's people a lot older than me that's in my father's like generation and things like that, or right under my father's generation who resonate with that record a lot. and might not listen to the my peers. You know what I'm saying? They might not even listen to them because they not making the music that they want to hear.
Yeah.
But I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm giving everybody that favorite SNS record. I don't discredit no type of geographic, to be honest. So,
what's good with the Harlem Renaissance you're trying to create? What's that about?
I'm basically just giving them all sorts of vibes of real Harlem. It ain't just like when everybody think of Harlem, they just thinking of Rich Porter and you know, Paid in Full and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Or Apollo and the normal things that you probably you Googling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or you just hear about that's so popular, but you're not digging in deep. Even some of the artists, you're not digging in deep. Like they don't know that. You know, like Langston Hughes is coming out of there. A lot of them probably don't even know Alicia Keys from Harlem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So it's like I'm digging into that. I'm trying to show all that type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Like not just one side of Harlem, because in Harlem, you was known for a bunch of other things. You was known for music. You was known for ball. You was known for hustling. You was known for just getting all the chicks. You was known for rapping. You was known for getting fly. You was known for having the flyest whip. You know what I'm saying? You was known for all sorts of stuff, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Even poetry, you know what I'm saying? So, even the jazz, you know what I'm saying? So, that's what I'm trying to show, all that type of level. And then I always get the information from like OGs that experience all sorts of experiences in Harlem, not just the negative, all lights. You know what I'm saying? Because Harlem is a culture in within itself that you know what I'm saying, that doesn't get tapped into often because too many people focus on one side of it.
Right. Yeah. Well, you know, it's funny. I was reading just the other day. They talking about Harlem in a couple years going to be like 34th Street.
I believe it. They already took away the McDonald's that.
Wow.
You know in the
I know
on Broadway where they found, you know, Homie Finger and all that. You know what I'm saying? They
that's crazy.
That's not even there no more.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And next I heard next is Cotton Club. So we losing out on everything, you know what I'm saying? And if you go on your locations on your phone, certain places it's called Soho now, Soha.
Soha, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Soha. So it's like it ain't even Harlem even in the geographic term anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it's my job to try to just, you know, give them all that and educate the people, even to the youngins who don't even know that. Like I just found out from a lady that was born in like the 60s, 70s, that it was a club in Harlem called SNS. I didn't know that, and I'm pretty sure my pops didn't either.
Right, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like things of that nature be dope for me. You know what I'm saying? That I want to give that game to people, because it's like that's all they know. They even down to the hustlers. They only know Rich Porter and Nicky Barnes and Alpo. They don't know Fritz. They don't know. I don't even want to get into all the hustlers that we had. You know what I'm saying? But they don't even know these guys. You know what I'm saying? They only know what they seen on TV, and it's more to Harlem than that. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you know, we love the Dips. But don't forget that Mace is still right now, his album Harlem World is the highest selling album period from Harlem. Like he sold 5 million. Right. So you know what I mean? That's another thing I'm trying to get up out of there too. You know, no disrespect to Mace.
What you mean?
Like ain't no other nobody's album from Harlem.
Oh, you trying to?
I'm trying to
outsell Mace?
I'm trying to get that up out of there. Bro, he gonna stay there. And if he stay there, you know, Mace gonna have that talk forever. Like until you pass that.
But that was a different era, man. Like streaming.
But see, I'ma come clean even with streaming. Like Kendrick sold 6 times platinum with Damn. You feel me? Yeah. So it's possible. But even it's just hard for New York.
Even that though, that was what 10? Okay, wasn't 10, but 5. What? At least 5 years ago.
Nah, Damn with DNA and Be Humble.
Oh, my bad. Okay, you're right.
Yeah, like
I'm thinking
even
Kid Mad City.
Yeah, that I don't even think that sold more than Damn. Damn actually did more than Good Kid, Mad City.
True story. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that just came out like 2 years ago. Let's say 2 years ago. Let's say 2017.
Right. Okay.
Views too. Views at 6, 7, but he got another country, so I ain't want to use him because he got a whole other country. On his side too. It's how you going to deliver it to the people. That's the thing. I'm not giving nobody that game because that's for me to have to use for my own self. But You know what I'm saying? It's how you gonna do it. Are you gonna just drop an album and just expect your fans to just buy it, and then what? Then what? You're not gonna sell like that. Right. Not in this generation, bro. No matter how big you is. Not I ain't gonna lie. Not unless you Drake. I ain't gonna lie. Not unless you Drake. I ain't gonna front. Or Lil Uzi. Right. It's those two artists. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm a realist. Drake is not my favorite, nor is Lil Uzi. Meek Mill is my favorite for this generation. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's the most influential and the most impactful. But when Drake drop, he don't need promo.
Right, he
don't need promo. Drake could drop and say, I'm dropping something tonight. He's going to go platinum in 2 days. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the streaming can get you there. It's just how you deliver it. What is going to be the reason why they're going to get your album? Especially like my first album. Like what would be the reason for people to get your album? It's just because you dropping? It's not enough. It's legends right now that's selling 30,000 because they just think they could just drop and that's it. Yeah. No, don't nobody care no more. Yeah, no. You know what I mean? You got to create some type of experience. You know what I'm saying? Make them feel a part of the process of the album. And that's the only game I'm giving you for that process right there. on how to sell. The rest is for me to do myself.
Now, is that why you made the movie with the album, like to?
I'm not gonna lie, I had the movie kind of already in the works before I had the project done. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like I didn't want to give him like I didn't want to give him a soundtrack. I didn't want to give him no soundtrack. Soundtracks don't last like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? They don't really last, especially not in this era. Yeah, definitely. They don't really last. The music, a lot of the music, and you be having some dope music. You gotta think about, remember like Backstage soundtrack, Rush Hour soundtracks, Any Given Sunday soundtrack. Yeah. That's where I found How to Raw for 50 at. You know what I'm saying? But some of those, like a lot of good records used to get overlooked on those joints. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, I always thought that with soundtracks, like damn, sometimes they put too much of great music on these soundtracks that get overlooked. Like right now, it's a record from Meek, YG, and Snoop Dogg. They flipped the Still Dre joint. That's on, the Will Smith movie Bright. Yeah. That's on their soundtrack. If you look on Meek's Spotify views, that's one of the highest views he got. But that record ain't in the forefront for Meek Mill right now. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, that's an overlooked record from him. You know what I'm saying? It's on a soundtrack. Yeah. You know what I mean? I didn't want that. So I felt like when you watch this movie, you already going to be in like a SNS mode anyway. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You might go to my older music. Nah, how do I do that? I give you some fresh new music. And I put like maybe 2 or 3 of the songs in the movie, but I didn't put that many of the songs in the movie. Okay. I did it to where it's a new experience for you. So when you listen, you got the movie and you got the album, you on SNS mode for that first 2 days, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That whole first weekend, you on SNS mode. That's enough time I need for you to spread the word to somebody else, for them to spread the word to somebody else, and for them to spread the word to somebody else. So that's how I attacked it. But I always feel like I'm going to give you music no matter what big move I do. I have to because that's my foundation. Right. I didn't really have, when Love Come Down came out, I had to give him some music. The project itself was called Love Me Now Before They All Love Me. That's where the movie stemmed from. But Meek was coming out with Wins and Losses, and then he had a little movie that he was putting with it. And I was already getting comparisons to him and stuff like that. So I fell back to see how this was going to go, how his movie was going to play out. I didn't want it to look nothing like mine. Right. So when I seen it, I'm like, all right, this ain't nothing like how I'm going. Let me get back in the mix. But that movie process is pretty hard. That ain't like no walk in the park. And that was my first time doing it, so it took me that long to make sure it was right. Yeah. And then from then, I'm like, but when I had the Love Me Now Before They All Love Me project, it was booming, and then I did Flex the same year, but I ain't do Flex until around this time, around October and November. The project was kind of like getting old, so I'm like, nah, I gotta give him something else. Yeah. So I gave him a whole another project. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And because I knew I had Flex and I was on Wild 'N Out at around the same time. Okay, that's too big of a platform to give him something that I dropped in April. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When it comes out September, October, November. Right. Nah, I'm on some like I gave him a whole fresh new batch of work. You know what I'm saying? To give him, you know what I mean? Yeah. So for this one, it was kind of that same mindset, just to give them something. And I knew they wanted a project from me soon, but this movie was coming, So I'm like, yo, let me give him something. Let me drop these two the same day. I wasn't gonna drop them the same day. I was gonna try and drop them in like the same month. But when me and my guy Jack Doe was chopping it up, we like, yo, the same day might even be more effective.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we like, all right, I'm gonna roll with that. You know what I'm saying? Give him a vibe where the project gonna drop midnight, and then the movie don't drop till 8 p.m. at that night. So you listening to the album all day, and then when it gets to like that prime time when you probably be watching movies anyway, and it drop on Friday. So you watching some stuff to buy time till it get to like 11 for you to start getting ready to go out and party because we dropping it on Friday. Yeah. So I basically gave you something to buy time that you're gonna enjoy. And then when you getting ready to go out, now you bumping the music to get you right. And then you bumping the music on the way to the spot and from the spot. You know what I'm saying? That's a little bit of marketing game.
I like how you think. I like how you think. Now, we do a thing. We started it all. People don't really even recognize this now. You know, Jadakiss set it off, but we did it from this angle. People giving us their top 5 dead or alive. Yeah, so
that's easy.
Yeah, okay. Give us your. We know Jay-Z is the top.
Hov, 50, Fab, Kiss, Cam. It's been like that from the gate, and it ain't never gonna change.
Okay.
I mean, you know, for this generation, Meek gonna be there. But.
Yeah. Okay. So who's your? Well, first of all, okay, we know Jay. We've established that. You said 50.
50, Fab, Kiss, Cam.
Why Fab? Fab. Not. I mean, obviously I know Fab, but from your point of view.
He would be what I would want to be, like my career, just bigger on a larger scale. Only thing I feel the difference between me and Fab is the will. Yeah. I want to be number one. Fab don't care to be number one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's what may have, to me, might have not harbored him, but to where like the crown for New York, I would feel like it would have easily went to him.
It's almost like it's right there.
It's right there, but it's like, you know what I'm saying, his will to want that crown, he doesn't care for it. Yeah. People like 50, people like Nas, people like, you know what I mean, myself, like, we want that. Yeah. So, you know what I mean, Fab don't care about that. I do. Even Cam wanted that, you know what I'm saying, at one point. You know what I'm saying? At this point now, he doesn't care about it, but at that one point, he wanted that. Yeah. And then when he got it, when he was the guy, when Dipset was the go-to guys, you know what I'm saying? It was he had to go feud with Hov, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, at that point, Hov had to defend the title. I mean, I can't even say defend the title. You kind of vacated it when you left and then came back. Cam like, nah, you can't just have this easily. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so did 50, you know what I mean? But I don't know how he did it, but he took it. He took it back. Definitely. He took it back. You know what I mean? He got the crown back. I don't know how, but he got it back. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's my thing. I would want the like, when I mean career-wise and style-wise, I'm like, bro, we not going to question his skill. Yeah.
Cam?
No, I mean like Fab. That's what I'm like to get on Fab. We're not going to question his skill. No. His skill level as far as like rapping, top notch. Yeah, it's absolutely. Not too many people that can do something with Fabulous. And then on top of that, he got the swag, you know what I'm saying, the sauce, and then he always got music that'll make the ladies want to be fans too. Like, and that's where I be like, yo, bro, he's like a undercover Harlem guy, but he's really from Brooklyn, so I'll be tight cause y'all got him, bro. Brooklyn, y'all got him. I'll be tight cause it's like, yo, bro, like Jewels was that for us, you feel me? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, of course, Fab took it a little further than him, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I would say Fab, you know what I'm saying? Fab is just, he's deadly and he can make those records for the females. And I would say the only difference that I would want from me and him is my will to be number one. I want to be number one. He don't care to. And that him, of course, is Kiss, of course. You know, there ain't no expert. And Cam, because I seen all eras of Cam. I seen when Cam was the MC, when he rapped with Pun, Cannabis, and Nora and these guys. And then come back with the dips and then have a different flavor and then be more impactful than just lyrical. Yeah. And then, so all that ties in because he's still Cameron.
A whole movement.
Yeah, so that's why he's in my 5. And he set a lot of trends.
Yeah. I saw Nas X dressing like Cam. I was like, yeah.
So then it's like, come on, you know what I'm saying? So, and it's still to this day. So that's why he in my 5. And then 50 50's will to be number one is what I love.
Yeah.
And then when he got there, I just love that story because I feel like nobody in New York was willing to give him that chance to become that star. And then when they seen him rising, a lot of people panicked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then he became number one, and it was hard to get him out.
Yeah.
It was impossible. That's why I'm saying where Jay retired, because it's like, not saying he retired because of 50, but it's like it was hard to get him out, and 50 knew that, and Hov knew that it was hard. And then you go Diamond on your first album, and then the second you go 5 mil, and then Bank sells 2 mil, Game sells 5 mil, Bank sells Yayo sells 100, Buck sells gold. Come on, you got video games and all sorts of stuff like that. Yeah, sneakers,
games,
clothes. We wearing bulletproof vests because of you. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, Hov did that first. If you know the timeline, Hov had the bulletproof vest thing first.
I remember that.
It's just 50 more impactful with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's
he
why
got shot 9 times.
And he got shot 9 times, so he wearing a real one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But that's why he was my number 2. Not necessarily skill. His skill was dope, but it wasn't like better than none of the other guys I named. You know what I'm saying? Only when I ain't gonna lie, when it came to beef, when it came to diss records and stuff like that, his skill raised a whole nother notch. Like he wasn't playing with you when he dissed you. So that you know what I mean, that competition mind state also in my head, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be in comp with nobody, but we it's people that probably think like me too. We gunning for number one, and if we gunning for number one, competition is gonna happen regardless.
Absolutely.
So you know that's where he comes into my standpoint, and because I know he really got himself there by doing what he wanted to do and standing on it. Not all the beefing and confrontation, but his mindset. He stayed on everything that he wanted to do, and even if it wasn't traditional, and people told him. Nah, I don't think you should do this. He stayed with it, and when he was successful with it, he was able to pride himself for it. And that's one of them things that, like, all of these guys that I named, I took some qualities from. I watched interviews on them. I watched what they did. I watched they good, they bad. I watched where they slacked, where they fell off at every point, how they bounced back, what they did with their brand. I watched all of that with all 5 of these guys. So. You know, that's why these guys are in my top 5.
Okay. What about, real quick, your top 5 new era? I saw, you know, Meek, number 1.
Meek, YG, Nip. And this before he died. You know what I'm saying? This before he died. I put a lot of people on the Nip music. You know what I'm saying? This before he died, he was in my top 5.
Okay.
I've been rocking with Nip since 2011. He came out 2010. He was like the first freshman.
Yeah.
Him doing music with French is what kind of got me on to him.
Gotcha.
And then I started paying attention to boy. He kind of already gave me a Snoop vibe.
Yeah.
I love Snoop.
Right.
Snoop my top 10.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I rocked with it. But his beat selection is, because I like YG more, but because he embodied the West Coast in me 100%.
Yeah.
He give me the Corrupt, Snoop, Daz, all them guys. YG give me that.
Yeah.
But what I like Nip for is because Nip didn't give me that like that. He didn't like his beat selection was not that. It was a lot bigger.
Yeah.
And his music and what he said in his music, he been saying that from day one.
Yep.
I loved all that. When I feel like discouraged with this music because I'm independent, I always listen to Nip because he made me prideful of it.
Right.
So that's where, you know what I mean, him. So Meek, YG, Nip, Big Shawn.
Yup, underrated.
Yes,
Super
and
nice.
that's a lot of reason why he's in my 5, because how underrated he is, but they don't want to see him on that mic, bro. They don't want to see him on that mic. It's not a lot of people that want to see Big Shawn on that mic, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. He is dangerous. He's been dangerous, and he knows how to make records, bro.
Yeah.
He knows how to make records. So I'm giving Meek, YG, Nip, Big Shawn. My last one, it's a toss up out of these 3 guys. It was Av, it was Troy Ave until East came out. East, I ain't gonna lie. East a little more dangerous than lyrically than Troy Ave.
Right.
I love what Av stood for and stand for versus more and his melodic it was 50 vibe for me. So that's why I was, you know what I mean? I related to him more. So it's a toss-up because it's him, it's Av, East, and Young Thug, my toss-up for that fifth one.
Yo, it's been a pleasure having you in here, man. I hope it's not the last time.
Nah, definitely.
Yeah, we definitely want to have you back. But tell people where they can find you and your album, you know, plug the album and you know, what's next for you.
You can find me on all social medias as SNS_Icy Gang. That's ICYGANG. The album out, Streets Need Soul, out now. All platforms. The movie, Love Me Now Before They All Love Me, out now on YouTube. It will be on other platforms. Tune into the single Shake It, produced by DJ SNS. Tune into the other single, Dollar, produced by SNS.
That's dope.
And yeah, man, just keep tuning in, man. Follow me, man, and follow this journey as I go and take hold of crown.
Salute.